What's going on, everybody? It's Amster X back with another chapter review, and today we have Mad Chapter 53. And I was talking all that shit on this. I'm not gonna lie, I'm so happy about this chapter. I feel like I was talking a lot of smack. I was like, I don't know where this is going, and then we kind of get hit with a bomb. And I'm so excited because it's still kind of in the same vein of where I thought the story was going to go. Um, but now I'm a little confused on uh the nest, I guess. Well, let's just get into it. Let's get into with these chapter reviews, I like to just do overarching story, right? Because one thing about a chapter review is, like I said, when I go to the chopping block series and I review these up and coming mangas, right? Like each chapter is adding to the overall grand picture of things. So you can't just talk about the chapter and not the overarching, story, the theme. So, I can't help but get ahead of myself sometimes. So right away, we got this introduction to this fodder gang. Let's be real, the Venom gang. And you already know it's a fodder type of character because he's got the belly out, he's gluttonous, they're afraid of him, and then he looks like an absolute chud. Like, anytime you see this character design, you already know this guy is gonna be a weakling. This is like the formulaic weakling design. These type of characters you see in manga usually bow down. I can think of so many like type that like don't Leon would then make him, this guy would cry. We'll probably see it later. Leon will make him cry or bow down to him. Usually that's how these type of characters always get fleshed out later. So right now he thinks he's like some big bad, but he's nobody. He's going to be a fodder gang later, so they're not really relevant to the story. But they did put a tracker onto them, so we know they're going to be coming back. They put a tracker on Leon. We get introduced to the Dove tribe here. We got Barry, Guila, and Gogan, Goggin, whatever. Barry Goggins. What is this? Remember the show Barry? I swear all these names are from there. And then I like this little like jutsu they have. He's like, "This is our village." He's like, "There's nothing here." Oh, and then of course it's like we pull back and it's like, "Oh my god, there's this world here." Yeah, love it. And then we keep going, and I like this look here. And this is where I said this is now we can get into kind of the bigger picture. I like this picture for two reasons. They say the chief, this man is the savior that the great Rolo spoke of. He said, "Are you sure?" And he looks at him, and I think this look is of two things. I think my theory was that Leon was gonna be this like prophetic savior, right? Of this of this dub tribe. And I don't think we're going that route anymore. I think the route we're going, we are gonna go into more of they are gonna be food for the great Rolo. And I think I think that's the route. I think they need maybe his powers, um, something like that. I think it's going to be I think maybe that route. That's just what I'm thinking right now, right? But at the same, we can even ultimately see a Leon because of this reveal. It depends on where Yusuke wants to go. We could see, uh, a John Thunder team up with Leon, depending on which route we're going, right? And the reason why I say this is we get the ultimate reveal. So I like that, as we're walking to him. This is another reason why I said, hey, this is the evidence, sorry, to my theory of why Leon is going to be treated as food. Sorry about that. Is he's crying as he walks through the village and he goes, "Oh, this brings back memories of, when and they had the family." But you got to remember, the family, they were in prisons, they were getting tortured. So is he, so is that foreshadowing that, like, in a sense, there's people also being treated like that here, right? So is he going to be kind of like a victim of his own medicine? Like, is he about to, experience karma? And I feel like maybe, yeah, I think maybe this is going to be his karma where he's going to be treated as like a slave, in a prison cell type of environment. I think it's going to come full circle here. And that's why I just have a feeling. And that even like the thank you. Because we don't know the truth. He's stuttering because he's like, yeah, that's what you think? Yeah, wait till you learn that it's really slavery going on here, right? 300 people, they haven't grown. They said they've been this 300 people since the millennia or whatever, since the first, alien ends up dropping down. So clearly they have been culling numbers, right? Let's keep going. And then he's like, oh, it seems the truth got twisted. I thought, there's always a new Rolos. There's always somebody who gets foresight. And he's like, nah, there's always ever been one. And he's like, what, then how old is this? And then we get the reveal. The first alien to descend upon the land. So we get the reveal that the Rolo tribe, or the Dove tribe, is the first alien tribe. I'm going all crazy in this video. Sorry, guys. The first alien to descend upon the land. And I'm just thinking where this could go. You got a couple options, right? Because we know John's going to go into the nest. So are we going to have, is this like some battle here between two alien tribes? Right? We could go that route? Because clearly he's missing a horn, right? So he lost it in battle. So it also looks like his tail's a little torn there at the back. Am I wrong? Is that like a little separated there? So we could see. That's why I said I think he could be feeding on Leon here, or even the baby. So we could have two alien tribes vying for control of Earth, and clearly this one was cast aside because remember in the conversation walking up, he said, "Well, Rolo likes video games and he likes manga and he likes all these things." And that means that he had a disagreement with somebody, right? Because if he likes with the Earthling, clearly he's with the Earthlings, right? So he likes what they have to offer. So there has to be somebody who's like, no, I want complete control. So there's definitely a difference of opinion. There's another group out there. We could see John joining this side. We could see a Leon team up. There's a lot of routes this could go, and I'm actually really excited because I just was saying how I want the world to be bigger, and I think this chapter kind of opens it back up, and yeah, I couldn't be happier. I just think that the nest is clearly going to fail. They're going to see Leon. I'm just trying to think about where the story's going to go, and then we're going to get a little exposition dump here, and I think, like I said, mark my words, I think it's going to be there's a battle between the other alien, could be his brother or something like that. The difference is because he likes the humans, the other one's like, no, I want to take over the humans. So we're going to have a difference of viewpoint. Or we could find out that all the aliens are originally humans or something like that. I don't want to keep going, but I don't want to make this too long-winded. But let me know what you guys think of this chapter in the comments below. I think this was a really good chapter. I think Mad's back on track, and I think we're ready for a minimum. I think this alone sets us up for another 150 chapters minimum. What do you guys think? Let me know. Amsterx out.